The evening began so innocently, so effortlessly, a casual dinner with friends and colleagues. The air was alive with laughter, glasses clinking, easy conversation weaving through the room. My husband, Daniel, was never the one to dominate a gathering. There was a quiet steadiness about him, a calm presence that drew people in without demanding attention. I had always admired his patience, his composure, the way he listened more than he spoke. But somewhere along the way, I mistook his quiet nature for weakness. That night, my pride got the better of me. Daniel shared a harmless story about misplacing his keys that morning and blaming the cat. It was lighthearted, meant to spark smiles. But instead of laughing with him, I made him the punchline. "You should have seen him," I said with a smirk. He turned the house upside down, accusing the poor cat of thievery. The table erupted in laughter. Riding the wave of attention, I pressed on, mimicking his voice, exaggerating his frustration, even teasing that he'd be lost without me. Every laugh emboldened me further, until I finally looked at Daniel. He was smiling, but not genuinely. He remained quiet, letting me carry on, his expression unreadable. A few coworkers joined in. My best friend Neil laughed. Every man needs supervision. I laughed the loudest, blind to the harm I was causing. Then, as the laughter subsided, Daniel lifted his glass. Calm, steady, measured. "You're right, sweetheart," he said. "I do need supervision, especially when I'm busy running 3 companies and keeping a roof over our heads." Silence fell. His words weren't angry, just real. They cut deeper than any shouting could. My smile faltered. Around the table, coworkers exchanged astonished glances. Daniel never boasted about his work. He didn't need to. Suddenly, I realized how little attention I had given to the world he carried silently on his shoulders, how much I had taken for granted. He continued, his voice low but commanding. "It's funny how people confuse quiet with clueless. Sometimes quiet just means focused." No one spoke. Even the waiter hesitated and quietly stepped away. Daniel sipped his drink and met my eyes. "You've always liked making people laugh, Emily," he said softly. "I just wish you didn't have to do it at my expense." The ground seemed to vanish beneath me. My throat tightened, my face burned. The attention I had craved moments earlier now felt suffocating. I forced a laugh, but no one joined in. The rest of the evening dragged, heavy with discomfort. When Daniel spoke after that, everyone listened, truly listened, while I sat there in silence, drowning in my own shame. I had humiliated the one person who had never made me feel small. When we got home, the silence was deafening. I tried to apologize, tripping over my words. "Dan, I was just joking. I didn't mean." He interrupted gently, still calm. "I know, but sometimes what we don't mean says more than what we do." Then he walked away, leaving me alone with my guilt. That night, I cried, replaying every moment. The laughter, his face, the words that had silenced everyone. In the days that followed, Daniel remained polite but distant. The warmth between us vanished, replaced by something cold and fragile. He wasn't cruel, just unreachable. I finally understood. Silence doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes it's pain too deep for words. Weeks later, Mia called. Hesitant, almost whispering, she said, "Emily, I had no idea Daniel was that successful. You're lucky. He's one of the good ones." She was right, and I hated that it took humiliating him in public for me to see it. I began trying, really trying, small gestures at first. Cooking his favorite meals, leaving thoughtful notes, choosing my words carefully. Slowly, Daniel softened. But I never forgot that night. It became a lesson I carried. Respect isn't just private. It's proven publicly. Now, whenever I look at Daniel, I remember his calm voice across that dinner table, the quiet strength behind his eyes, and that single line that changed everything. Sometimes quiet just means focused. He never shouted, never retaliated, never humiliated me in return. He simply showed me that true strength doesn't raise its voice. It refuses to be diminished. That night, he didn't just silence the room, he woke me up.